Are you ready to start a business, but you have bad credit? Is your credit getting in the way of you owning your financial freedom? Well, let me help you. I'm going to show you step by step on how to actually overcome this and how to start your business today. Let's roll.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south, I'll be spreading out.
All right, so let's talk about the step-by-step process on how to start a business. Let's talk about the most important things that you need to do when you start a business with bad credit. And lastly, I'm going to tell you how I went from zero to wealth with bad credit. All right, so when I first started my business, I went through a rough patch. I had no credit, I had little money, and I was going through a divorce. Now, some of the things you need to keep in mind is life is going to throw a lot of obstacles at you. And this is why we want to make sure we put this content so we can help you out how to overcome those and weave around them. Now, you can start a business with bad credit. So some of the things you need to keep in mind is that you also need to be able to establish. Remember this, establish, because nothing is worth without a foundation. Anything that you build in life, a home, a family, and any type of relationship or a business needs a foundation. And I always talk about this. I always talk about the compliance items that I'm going to tell you about, and they're going to help you in order to lay that strong foundation that your company will need. And your credit will not be a factor in order for you to obtain lending and create a company. Before I continue, so let's talk about what is to be an entrepreneur. Again, you want to own your own business, and it's one of the best steps you could take in life. One of the most important things. Why? Because owning your own business allows you the freedom of you creating your own time, your own hours, your freedom financially, creating wealth, creating generational wealth for you, your kids, and your family to come. Now, it is entirely up to you, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is not easy, but it's well worth it. As long as you actually have the right people in mind or the right people in your path, people that are mentoring you, people that are actually taking you by the hand. That's something that you always got to look for. Look for people that have been there, done it, have been successful. Keep that in mind. Don't take advice from anyone that you see that are not in the situation or the place that you want to go to. Because that's what happened with us. We always listen to family and friends. And for the most part, family and friends are not doing better than us. All right? So always keep that in mind. If you want to take an advice, just take an advice from the person or someone that is being where you want to go, has been there, but at the same time has been successful. Not just fell at it and now want something to talk about. So keep that in mind, guys. So, hey, being an entrepreneur is well rewarding. And I want to make sure that if you actually embark in this path and took this path, hey, congratulations. All right, so now let's talk about some of the items that are very essential when you're creating your company. At first, the main things first. You need to create an entity. You need to create a company. Now, keep that in mind that when you create a company, it should be an LLC, S Corp, or C Corp. Now, if you create a sole proprietorship, yes, you are in business. Yes, you are treated as a business, but you also got to keep in mind that anytime that you create business credit, it is going to solely come from your personal credit. Again, I'm not an attorney nor a CPA, so what I advise you is to consult with them, your attorney and your CPA in your state, because every state has different rules and policies on how they create them, what they allow you to do, but also you also got to create the name, find the availability, and then decide what type of entity is best for the industry that you are going in, but also the type of business that you want to start. Now, at the same time, once you do that, the next thing that you should do is get an EIN. An EIN stands for Employee Identification Number, which is the social security for a business. Now, this is essential because this is what you're going to need in order to start a business bank, get business credit, and apply for business credit cards and credit lines, or in loans too. Now, at the same time, you need to make sure that you create a business address. Why is this? because banks don't like to see a business that is running from home. I understand that most of us, that's the way we started, and it's okay, but there's also ways to go around it. There's virtual addresses services out there as low as $10 a month. Just Google them. Make sure that they have a Dropbox or an office close to your area, and that's why you want to do it. Yeah, go for it. That's what you should do. Don't. I mean, I understand that in order for you to create the company, you need to have your home address. But once you do that, and once you create everything as you have the information and everything, that's when you can actually go ahead and be able to change it. At the same time, make sure that your business number is not your cell phone number. It is not your home number. You can find a VoIP system, which is voice over the internet protocol, or a phone that you can actually get through the internet. That could be suitable to become a business line. This is what you need in order for meet the compliance items that the bank needs, but also makes you look professional. At the same time, once you get all this done, you also need to make sure you go to the 411 database. And guess what? You need to register. The company needs to be registered in the 411 database. So like that, any customers or any bank or any lender that's looking for your company is able to find it. Not only makes you look more legit, but allows you to be able to create and be able to qualify for more lending. Okay, you're also going to need what's called a website and a professional email. Now, if you are in business today, this is the new age where everything is found online. For example, if you are going to find something or you want to buy something, you always pick up Google or search, do this a search box and find out anything about that product. Even when you go to Amazon or even when you go anywhere else, you always want to see reviews. That's the way that we actually operate in this day and age. And that's the way that your customers will. They want to know who you are, what you do, who has done business with you. Guess what? The bank will do the same. So this is why you need to have a presence online. You have a website, make sure that you are in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And again, I know that we use this daily. We actually play around and that takes a lot out of our time daily. You know what? Gain the discipline, develop the discipline for you to be able to cut that in half and at least post some new content. Create a business account and post content in those. Like that, it is a media. Guess what? It's free service. A lot of people spend a fortune in marketing, but guess what? You have marketing at your fingertips with social media. And this is what you could do. Hey, even though if it's the worst, just do it. Attention. Like one of my mentors says, promote. Grant Cardone. He promotes any single way. It doesn't matter who likes him or who doesn't like him. Guess what? Still attention to your business. And you want people to know who you are, what you do, because your product is something that people want in the industry, right? So promote. In all social media, make sure you have a business website. And obviously, in order to have a website, you need to have a domain, which now brings me to the email. You need to have a business email. So if your company is mainstreet.com, but guess what? You need to have carlos@mainstreet.com. So make sure this couple items that you in today is necessary. Do not skip the step because it's going to buy you in the behind. Lastly, you need to have a business bank account. And how do you do this? Obviously, you need to have filed for an entity, LLC, S Corp, or C Corp, and have an EIN. This is required to open a bank account. Just like when you open your bank account, they ask you for your name and your social security number. Well, guess what? The business also needs its social security number, which is in this case is the EIN, the employer identification number. So now that is required. And I understand if you sometimes you have a bad credit, you cannot open a bank account. Now, if this is you, there's couple banks that I've seen that will actually help you create a bank account. And they are called North One Bank, Rex.com, and Dewey.com. They actually work specifically with business, and they really don't care about your personal credit or your personal history. They just love to open and create a relationship with your bank. or with you, with your business. But the more cash that you bring through that bank account, the better chances you have to open a credit line with them. Like that will also help you build the credit for your business that you actually essentially need. All right, guys, next you need what's called a merchant account. What a merchant account is the ability for your business to be able to accept credit cards as payment. So, hey, one of the companies that I love to go with is Authorize.net. Now, again, not everybody can open that. You need to be established business, and that's the service, that's the system that I use. But when you are starting a business, PayPal and Square will allow you to open not only a business account with them, but also they'll give you what's called a merchant account or an ability to receive credit cards. This is going to build the credibility of your business. Because at the same time, remember, you need to be able to accept payments in any type of form. Nowadays, not everybody carry cash. Not everybody has a stack of money lying around or walking around with them talking about, okay, let me pay for this. No, everybody uses a credit card. Everybody uses a debit card or any type of form of payment, or even a virtual credit card. Because, like your Apple card, you use through your phone. So those are the things you have to keep in mind. How does my clientele, my customer, my industry receive payments? And I advise you to make sure you open these accounts. Why? Because not only is going to allow you to make sure that you receive the payment that you need, grow faster, but also create the credit. And lastly, I'll be remiss if I don't tell you that you must start creating business credit. How do we do this? Now, there's simple ways. As you do all the steps that we talked about, you also need to start getting smaller accounts. And you need to do it methodically, specifically in the business that you are in. Business credit is created over time and not overnight. So what you do is you need to be able to start creating net 30s, net 60s, net 90s, getting the smaller credit cards that you can for your business and be responsible enough to pay them on time. Remember, in the business side, opposed to the personal side, the credit that you get, it is not value or it is not graded by how much you use. While in the personal side, yes, you have what's called the utilization. If you go usually more than 30%, then your credit start getting dinged. In the business side, it doesn't. So let's just say you get a $10,000 credit card for your business. You can use that. It's not going to affect you. It's going to affect the ability of you paying that due bill monthly and make sure that you do it on time. So those are the things you have to keep in mind how you start creating credit little by little, but also opening a business without having to go through all the hustles and having bad credit. You can do it today. Hey, this is the time for you to be able to create your own freedom. And the only way that you're going to create freedom is by taking charge of your life, taking charge of your finances, and taking charge of how you create money. Remember, you get paid depending on what you do, how you do it, how hard you want to go at it, how much you want to learn from it, how much you want to educate yourself. All right, guys. Hey, I hope this helped you. And if it did, please do me a favor, comment. Let us know how we did, how we can do better, how can improve what we bring to you every single day. Thank you for the time. Do not forget to go ahead and subscribe. Click on that bell icon, click on all so that you'll be notified every time that we post a new content. But at the same time, guys, give me the thumbs up. That is going to give me a boost to actually get to all the people that really need this content. Thank you for your time. I am Carlos Estrada Vega. I am the Credit Assassin, and I'll see you in the next video.
I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big boss, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them?